Welcome back inside the SCSN studios on the campus of Lawrence Technological University for another episode of the one and only high school girls hoop show in the Mitten, State Champs W's Hangtime, Michigan. My name is Elizabeth Coon, and joining me each and every week is Lexi Ayala.
Hangtime is powered by Lawrence Technological University. If you have the dream of playing college ball, Lawrence Tech has athletic and academic scholarships right now. You can recruit yourself by going to ltuathletics.com and clicking on the Recruit Yourself link.
Each week we will interview a different coach from around the state, sponsored by the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan. And this week we had a conversation with Grand Rapids West Catholic's Jill Vander En.
Playoffs are here, and I want to give my big predictions, but first we've got some business to take care of, Liz. Let's talk about some games from last week.
Thursday night we saw a matchup at Little Caesars Arena between the Westfield Prep Warriors as they took on the Saline Hornets. Saline finished in second place in the Southeastern Conference Red Division, but Westfield Prep's freelance schedule this year gave them the power to take this one 67-50. 4 girls in double digits for the Warriors, led by Shemaya Reed with 16. Lexi, how are the Warriors looking going into playoffs?
Liz, wow. The Westfield Prep Warriors are looking like the gosh dang Golden State Warriors heading into tournament time. Point guard Shemaya Reed is going to have a plethora of choices for college ball. She's fun to watch, along with another prolific scoring teammate, Asia Cochran. And I think we'll be watching them all the way to the Breslin this year.
Now a game for the Saginaw Valley League Championship. Flint Carmen Ainsworth, led by WNBA Chicago Sky Tanya Edwards, were taking on Midland Dow. Looking to repeat for the 4th straight year, Alexa Kolonitis dropped a game-high 26 points as the Chargers get the win 56-45. How about that, Lex? 4 straight SVL championships for Dow. Should we be talking dynasty?
4 in a row wouldn't have been possible without guard Alexa Kolonitis averaging 18 a game and the guard-forward combo Abby Ray averaging over 17 a game. The pair's record together, 82-7 in their 4 years on varsity, making for the fewest losses in a 4-year period in school history. So we'll see if they can keep the dynasty going after graduating those two. They hold themselves and their teammates accountable, and they trust in their preparation and time in the gym when nobody's looking for their success on the court in front of the fans. Their main goal, make it back to the Breslin Center for the 2nd year straight and for just the 2nd time in school history.
We wrap up this week in Harbor Woods as the Pioneers were playing host to the Birmingham Seaholm Maples. Seaholm has been trouble for teams this year. Undefeated in the OAA Blue, they would get another win here as the Maples take it 57-30. Shea Manchester led the way for the Maples with 14 points. Tough loss to Groves, but still a great season for Seaholm.
Absolutely still a great season for Seaholm, though of course the main goal was making it to the Breslin. Seaholm had a balanced scoring attack all season long, and that was the one thing they were missing in that loss against Grove. Guard Katie Sullivan, aka Sully, said she was just grateful to have had the opportunity to play alongside her cousin and teammate Maggie Lieberman for the past 8 years.
Hangtime is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. We need officials. More and more are retiring each year. It's a great way to make some good part-time money and to be sure the game of basketball continues to thrive in the state. Go to MHSAA.com for details. The Michigan Army National Guard is the official military outlet of the MHSAA. This show is also sponsored by the professionals with the Detroit Medical Center's physical therapy and sports medicine team. Go check out this week's Game Changers.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine with today's Game Changers Pop Quiz. True or false? Increasing resistance, sets, and reps is the only way to optimize your strength training program. The answer is false. In addition to increasing your resistance, sets, and reps, you should incorporate these 3 principles. Begin, first of all, when performing a grip, make sure all 4 fingers and your thumb are gripping equally with the same amount of force, and that your entire hand is engaged in that grip, from the inside and outside of your palms. Secondly, make sure your core is engaged. Stiffen your core as hard as you can before you do your lift. And finally, root your feet into the ground. Whether you're doing a squat or a lunge, make sure your feet are rooted into the ground, or if you're laying on a bench doing a bench press, same thing. Your feet push into the ground and your toes grip the ground. So make sure you're incorporating these 3 strength training principles to optimize your program.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers. For more than 25 years, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back. Like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earn $1,000 of scholarship money with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit in June. Nominations accepted through March 4th, but know this, you cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.
Attention, Grand Rapids. Starting right now, River City strikes gold.
And a hammer for Trayvon Duval.
Gold is dug up from the shadows. Gold is worked and refined. It's a process. And when you finally see it, nothing shines quite like gold.
We also invite you to listen to the Hangtime Companion audio podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We are thrilled to be partners once again with the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, and BCAM would like to celebrate our great game by promoting the new one-team program. The coaches want to set an example all season long by showing signs of unity at games and other events. Let's take a look at what Coach Vanderend had to say about the initiative.
BCAM has introduced and officially launched the One Team campaign in an effort to promote unity among teams, schools, and communities. It is so important. So what are some things that you've done already or will do, whether it's coming together at games or a community activity, to promote unity on the court and respect for each other?
Yeah, that's a big part of actually what we do here at West Catholic. I feel blessed that it is, my alma mater, and I kind of understand what I was able to learn so many years ago. And so just trying to kind of pay that back with these kids. We talk all about the fundamentals. We know that we have to work hard, we have to have a positive attitude, and then, assess skill after that, but without those two things, we don't really get very far in life. And so just kind of translating that from on the court to off the court and getting these kids to really buy into, you have a lot more control of your own life than you may think by doing those two very simple things. And we changed our culture a couple of years ago to make sure that everybody was understanding that those two things are really key to our program. And we've had a lot of success as a result of it. So.
To hear the interview with Coach in its entirety, you'll have to check out the State Champs W Hangtime Companion podcast wherever you get your podcast. All right, Lexi, playoffs are here, and I think you've got some big predictions for us.
I do. This week I have some big predictions as the MHSAA girls basketball playoffs are underway. They don't call it March Madness for a reason. Anything could happen. But for Division I, the easy pick is definitely West Bloomfield, led by Maya Hooper, the U of D commit who scores as naturally as she breathes. And I talked about the Davis twins on the show just last week in my Hot Topic. Hudsonville is the easy second place vote because of the standout Bowling Green commit, JC Tubergen. Hudsonville also plays great team basketball, and that makes them hard to beat. Heartland is the third team that I have locked into making the Final Four because of North Dakota commit, Amanda Roach's grittiness, and SVSU's commit Lauren Solom's clutch three-point shooting. My dark horse in Division I is Bloomfield Hills Marion. They aren't even in the top 10 rankings by the Michigan Associated Press, but I'm not sure if they're aware that Marion's standout guard, Anna Eberholz, has made a huge comeback, ready to do whatever it takes to make it to the Breslin after an injury sidelined her. For Division II, 100% I'm picking Detroit Edison to win it all. The only why I have to mention, Ruby Whitehorn. Next, Grand Rapids West Catholic is another easy pick though to make it into the Final Four because we might see a matchup of Miss Basketball finalists versus Miss Basketball finalists, as Grand Rapids West Catholic is led by the MSU commit, Abby Kimball, who averages nearly 30 a game. Third one locked in is Redford Westfield Prep, with two different players on their team, point guard Shamaya Reed and guard Asia Cochran. They've both dropped over 1,000 points for Prep. Last one in the Final Four, I think, will be Frankenmuth led by a sweet sophomore guard that I didn't mention last week but should have, Mia McLaughlin. In Division III, it's Ypsi Arbor Prep and Miss Basketball finalist Maya Pedicort, of course. But then there's 3 different teams behind Ypsi that have an unbeaten 20-0 record. Those teams are Kent City, Maple City Glen Lake, and Sandusky, so I think that in that division, anything could happen. Lastly, in Division IV, I'm picking Portland St. Patrick. They've been led by guard Lydia Meredith, the SBSU commit, who became just the 3rd player from Greater Lansing to record more than 400 steals in her career, and Liz, she averages 18 points per game as well. The easy second spot for me is Fowler, who is led by the Ferris State commit forward Maya Riley. But Fowler has a lot of scoring threats and good defense too. Spots 3 and 4, I think it's going to be a fight, but it's going to end up going to Athens and Saginaw Novell.
If you have anything else to add, or if you don't agree with Lexi, feel free to comment on our State Champs W social media pages or send us an email by using the contact page at statechampsnetwork.com. All right, we just got the finalists for Miss Basketball. Lexi, why don't you enlighten us on the 4 amazing athletes?
I would love to. Detroit Edison's Ruby Whitehorn, first and foremost. Got to give her the shout out. The only Michigan player to make the McDonald's All-American game. She reps Detroit, puts on for her city, looking to become Edison's 4th straight Miss Basketball winner. She's had multiple 30-point games and nearly a quadruple double game against Cass Tech with 30 points, 14 boards, 7 assists, and 7 steals. We've talked about her so much throughout this season. Her toughness, her IQ of the game, her heart, preparation, and mentality are the traits that make this Clemson commit so talented and successful. Next up, Arbor Prep's Maya Pedicort. The Texas A&M commit battled through adversity this year after overcoming injury problems midway through the regular season. It hasn't stopped her from balling out on some crazy numbers, averaging over 23 points per game on 55% shooting from the field and just over 40% on the 3 balls. Her defense improved tremendously this year after she started utilizing those quick feet. Her hesitation dribble to create space for a drive or a step back jumper is lethal. And as a point guard, she plays with a score-first mentality, but also rakes in nearly 5 assists per game through controlling the offense and facilitating. Grand Rapids West Catholic Abby Kimball, the MSU commit, is one of the state's premier shooters, cashing in on over 40% from deep on the season and averaging more than 26 points per game with a lethal step-back 3-point shot that's nearly impossible to guard. Being the only senior on the team, she took the leadership role extremely seriously and led by example with defense at her forefront from a high IQ that knows how to play the passing lane and intercept passes. Grand Rapids Forest Hill Central's Taryn Halleck, our other Spartan commit, surpassed the 1,500-point mark this season after shattering a single-game scoring record of 50 points in Forest Hill Central's win over Greenville on Tuesday. Her quick first step is what debilitates defense. She averages a double-double on the season as well with 26.6 points per game and 11 boards per game. She said she wants to be known as someone who gives it their all day in and day out, no matter the pressure or challenges she faces.
Well, that's going to do it for this week, but don't forget to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're everywhere, and you don't want to miss even one playoff highlight. Thanks so much for watching. For Lexi, I'm Elizabeth, and we'll see you next time on State Champs W's Hangtime, Michigan. State Champs W's Hangtime, Michigan is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers 24 varsity sports from men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit l2athletics.com and recruit yourself. Hangtime is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Athlete of the Year Award. Applications being accepted now until March 4th, 2022 for the male and female high school athletes of the year. Check out previous winners and download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com. Goodman Acker. Clients contact Goodman Acker during one of the most difficult periods of their life. Experienced, ethical, and work hard for you. Call 1-800-TRUSTED. And the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan. BCAM has launched the One Team campaign, celebrating the great game by promoting unity among teams, coaches, and communities. Find out more at bcam.org.